All right, so number 3. So, like again, I'm giving you, the the top 5 moments from down north. My top 5, and this is number 3. Number 3 would be when Nick, and it's kind of a combination of 2 moments, but when Nick and Conrad came into the band. Now, there is nothing wrong with the cats who were originally in Down North. They were, great musicians. And, they left for numerous reasons. I'll put it like that. But, yeah. But when Nick and Conrad came in, it just changed everything. It changed how our sound was. The sound that I was always looking for, they came in and they just brought it to and put it on the table. So let me break down when these cats came. So, Nick, he came in, and let me tell you about the ones before it. So this is how it happened. We would have all these guitar players come in, right? And we have the song that our original guitar player put together that was featured on The Real World, and it was called Danger, right? And it had this guitar riff that he put in there. Right? And, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but if you have to have some type of skill. And Jordan Haas, who was the original guitar player, he was classically trained. I just feel like... Okay, back to what I was saying. So he was classically trained, and so like this guitar riff, everybody who would come in who we auditioned before Nick came in would try to wow us with their guitar playing. They would come in and they would just fucking rip this shit, but they wouldn't play. They didn't want to play. Some wouldn't play, but didn't want to play. Danger. They would come in and they'd try to wow us and try to get us like, okay, you don't have to learn this song. And I was like, nah, folk, the first song that's on there is Danger. Show me what you can do. And they would just butcher it every damn time. It was just terrible. So when Nick came in, the very first thing he did, he was like, hey, yeah, so let's hit Danger. And I was like, okay, let's see. You badass, all right? This motherfucker went... And then this motherfucker went... Like, this nigga did the shit backwards. I was like, you got the job, nigga. And then, down north when originally started, it was like this funky-ish, really heavy on the funk thing, and I really wasn't feeling that much. I mean, yeah, we play funk music, but we're a punk soul band, and there's a difference, So, yeah, he came in and he actually solidified that sound that I wanted, and that was fucking awesome. So, all right, Conrad though. Conrad, I actually met Conrad way before, I hit him up, but didn't realize it. Yeah, I do that. So, so with Conrad, his was a little different. I had went to a place they called the Fair Gallery. It's not there anymore. It's the arcade that's built up there, but it was like a dope spot where all the, I think a lot of the black artists would go. It was really dope, man. It was a really dope place. I really miss Fair Gallery. But, you would go there, and my man Mark Sampson, rest in peace. He was like, they have like this jazz thing. And, he actually came up and he asked me, hey, can you sing Can't Help It? Every time I wanted to sing a Michael Jackson song, all the jazz folks want to sing Can't Help It. But, Mark was awesome. He came in and, he played Can't Help It. And Conrad was on the drums, and another drummer was on the drums. I ain't mentioning him, but he was on the drums, and he gave me his card. And there's a way that Conrad always gives people his card. You like just like that. So he gave me his card, and I put it in my pocket. Right? I didn't read it because I was actually looking at the other drummer. Right? Because Conrad, he didn't sing. when I was singing, he didn't play when I was singing. The other drummer was, but it was his drum set. So he just said, he plays drums, gave me the card, and I just put it in my pocket and kind of forgot about it, lost it. And then, like, our original drummer, like, not that far after that, our original drummer left. He gave us enough time. He was like, hey, this particular show is my last show. And I was like, okay, word, we need to find another drummer. And we interviewed all these other drummers, and they would just, there's nothing wrong with funky drummers, right? But that's not what I was looking for. I love, pocket drummers and stuff like that. But I, was looking for somebody with gospel chops. I grew up in the church. I know that when it comes to that foot, the gospel chop cats got it. And I always remember my boy, Daniel Bryant. He's a producer now. He was playing drums with me in North Carolina. And, that dude was just bad. So I wanted a drummer that had that type of feel. And so that everybody would come in and give us the funky drum. Okay, and yeah, that's cute. But I wasn't looking for that, And so then I was asking around, does anybody know any drummers? And my boy Rufus, he was like, dog, if you want a drummer, you need to talk to Conrad Real. And I was like, okay, what's his number? He was like, I ain't got his number. I was like, all right. He was like, yeah, but I know where you can find it. You need to go to the Guitar Center, and he has it on the little display. So I didn't have no money. And at the time, this is when I was going through the little homeless phase. I was sleeping at the band's rehearsal studio. So I had this hat that I used to always wear all the time. I put it down, and, I had to catch the bus from there to Guitar Center so I can get his number. So this was our practice space, and it was like, a couple, not that far, but it was far enough that I couldn't walk. I didn't want to walk. So, I went out and did some dancing and stuff like that to get some change so I can go to the Guitar Center, and we did that shit and called him up. Here's the funny thing. Motherfucker live across the street. He lived across the street. So yeah, that's how that happened. But then he came in the next day, and when you have the same thing happened with Nick. Within 50 seconds, I knew he was a person. He came in and he was like, all right, you ready to start? And I always count the song off. I don't care what anybody else say. I count the song off. And he went, I went 1, 2, 3, and he went. And I was like, oh, you got the job. You got the job. Yep, it was exactly what I was looking for. Because when you listen to classic Stevie Wonder, the classic era, it has this this groove, just this groove that he has, that I feel that's where gospel chops kind of come from, because it's like listen to Superstition, right? When those fills come in, bam, it's just like that. You just got that foot. So that changed the sound up, and I've been grateful for them guys coming in, ever since. That is, what was that? 3? Yeah, number 3.